My name's Kelly. I'm a CBT therapist and forensic psychologist, and today I wanted to talk about self-sabotage. Before I get into that, please make sure you like and subscribe if you like my content and want to find out more about CBT, forensic psychology, and everything in between. So self-sabotage is either a behaviour or a thinking pattern that gets in the way between what we actually want. So it's something that blocks our success from achieving our goals. And this could be something that we sometimes have done for potentially our whole lifetime. And it's often also something that we don't often realise that we're actually doing because it's so subconscious. So it could be something like negative self-talk. It could be procrastination. It could be perfectionism. It could be comfort eating. They're all things that block. And a major key here is ask yourself, is my behaviour, is my thinking style aligned with where I want to go in the future? Is it aligned with my goals? If it's not, then it's self-sabotage. It's self-sabotaging behaviour or a thought. And that can be really tricky to actually admit that you've been doing something for maybe quite some time that's actually not allowing you to get there. But the first step is awareness. Once you are aware that what you're doing is self-sabotaging, then you can do something about it. And self-sabotage can often come from things that we've experienced as we're growing up. It could be something that happened to us during our childhood. It could be something that someone else said to us. It could be something that we heard other people say to themselves. So for example, a parent or a caregiver may be putting themselves down a lot. So it may lead us to think that we have to do that too, but we don't. But because when we're younger, we don't really know that difference between should I be doing this if we're not told that it's wrong or it's not the right thing to do. So with self-sabotage, that's why it can last for so long, because it's normal to us. It's quite comfortable sometimes that, oh, I'm feeling really rubbish today, so I'm just going to go and eat everything in my fridge. And then the next day feel really kind of bloated and uncomfortable. But because it's comfortable, we've done that for so long. And so the key here is not to put ourselves down when we are engaging us in a self-sabotaging behaviour, because as I said, we've been doing it for so long. But once you start to realise that you don't want to be doing that anymore, it's about thinking about, okay, so how can I get myself out of this? And it could be quite simple with looking at our behaviour and setting some different goals. So for example, if it is that we really wanted to start maybe a fitness journey, but we don't go to the gym, we don't go out for an exercise, we don't do yoga, we don't really do any sort of movement. So aligning ourselves with a new SMART goal. So remember, SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So your goal could be going out for a walk twice a week on a Wednesday and a Saturday. And you could have that goal and maybe do that for over 3 months and then check in. Or it could be maybe you're self-sabotaging by avoiding starting to write up a case study or something for school or for uni. So it could be a SMART goal, could be for you to dedicate half an hour 5 times a week just to write. And that is just a way to actually start to recognise that behaviour and being able to start to do something about it. If your self-sabotage also includes negative thinking or negative self-talk, you need to obviously challenge what's going on up here. We know that if we change our behaviour, we will change how we're feeling, but we also want to challenge some of our thoughts. So recognise what situations are the triggers for our self-sabotaging thinking. And then once we've got an idea of the triggers, starting to write down what are the things I'm actually saying to myself, what are the things that aren't very nice, the things that aren't really aligned with who I want to be or how I want to be seen. Once you've got an idea of what the triggers are, what the sort of things that you say to yourself, then you want to start to challenge those thoughts. So with that, an amazing trick is quite simple, is to ask yourself, what would I say to a friend instead? So instead of you critiquing yourself for not starting your work on time, for not doing something that makes you feel good, for avoiding something, what would you say to a friend? Your friend might be like, oh, don't worry about it, you can do that later, or oh, you were feeling really tired that day, so I don't blame you for just sitting watching a film. So starting to, but with the thoughts, you want to still make sure that you're not excusing the self-sabotaging behaviour, but you're just recognising and being kinder to yourself, because remember, you're pairing that with your SMART goals, which is going to progress you in your behaviour. But just being more compassionate to yourself, being kinder to your thoughts, is going to help you to be able to work out the self-sabotaging behaviour. So for the behaviour, SMART goals, checking in with them, and for the self-sabotaging, thinking to reframe your thoughts, ask yourself, what would I say to a friend? And then start to replace those thoughts. So when you get that negative thought, the self-sabotaging thought, challenge it with something kinder, more compassionate, more forgiving, more loving, something you'd say to someone that you really care about. And that is going to help your two-pronged attack of moving past self-sabotage. Hope you found that helpful. As I said, I've got loads of other videos on my channel, so please feel free to subscribe and like, and please let me know anything else that you would like to see on my channel. Thank you.